Please hold, baby. Please hold. 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. Ah, folks, how are you all? Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your service. Kilt-Man wearing. Today we have the dress McDonald. Vivid, bold, too good to be kept indoors, but sadly it won't be getting aired today. We have storms battering us yet again. I woke up this morning to a 5 o'clock with the hellish hullabaloo going on. Now these winds aren't as bad as the ones that I've described and even shown you before, or rather the effects of the winds, because as you know, Kilt Mansion, our situation here, the wind hits in and does a big spiral round, an anti-clockwise spiral, hitting the backs of other buildings and edifices around that side and then whistling up this way. Doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing, that's what's going to happen to it. And it will then lift all these panels of the conservatory roof, which are situated above us right now. And that one in particular likes to go flybout, likes to go treks here, there and everywhere. I fancy going down the beach today. I fancy sitting on someone's chimney breast today. I fancy lying in someone's pool today. It just goes off on its travels. But so far my defences have held. Bravo. So you can hear the pitter-patter of the rain. And I love storms, genuinely love them. I know that they've caused us some, well, quite a lot of grief in the last few years, and I grew to dread them. But to be honest, this one, I've got my weather eye out and I've kind of gauged this one. Oh, Kilt-Man, don't make assumptions. But this one seems a bit more old school, a bit more traditional. Just howling gales, a bit of driving rain, but overall a fresh feeling. Not one of devastation, I hope. Catch me later as I'm flying through the air, holding on to the remnants of Kilt Mansion and a few prized possessions. So, folks, how are you all? Right, now, I didn't do a couple of videos at the weekend, which I intended to do because, well, just stuff happened. I keep telling you this. Things often get in the way of whatever plans I've laid down. You might find you're just the same. But there's more stuff ahead. Today, I've got another arrival coming, which I'm going to show you. Also, today's quite a big day for movie releases. Not new films, no. As if we're going to talk about things like that. No, we're talking vintage. And we're talking some classic horrors. And they're all from the same label. Powerhouse Indicator are releasing their, fabulous HD restoration of The Beast Must Die. One of my favourite werewolf movies ever. And I have reviewed it, so there isn't really an opportunity to go through all that again. Although I might find a way of doing it. It's always worth revisiting. But not only that, two Hammer classics as well. One of which is held as a classic, the other is just kind of like a guilty pleasure. The Gorgon is coming out today, and it's a glorious restoration with lots of new extras. And I find the film to be, well, it's a bit more boring than I'd like it to be. It's slower, more sedate, but it's an unusual story. Hammer basing their stuff in Transylvania, but on a Greek myth, on the Gorgon, Medusa, snake-headed girl. And it's an unusual take on it, and it's likeable, and it has all the Hammer qualities, production values, great acting. You've got Peter Cushing in there, you've got Christopher Lee, who's slightly over-egging it a little bit. It's almost like he knows that there's not much to dig my teeth into here. Pun, thoroughly intended. So he kind of overemphasises things and gets a bit excited, but I've not seen it for a long time, so can't wait to watch it again. And the other one is Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Yeah. It's one of their lesser entries in the Mummy, their Hammer's Mummy cycle. And Hammer's Mummy cycle wasn't particularly great, but their original Mummy with Christopher Lee playing Carys is fantastic. But I've got to be honest, I have a soft spot for this one. This one's it's colourful, it's action-packed, it is dizzy, it is daft. There's no real big names in this one to, hook you into the Hammer stable. But it was made at the same time as the Gorgon, and it's released on a double bill, the Gorgon and Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. But they're both released today. Now, they're not going to arrive today. You know, I know these things are, you pre-release them and they should. You get that promise, you'll have this on the day of release, if not before. No. In fact, my delivery date for The Beast Must Die, which I pre-ordered at the start of this month, after getting a good tip off from my good friend Steve, that it was coming out, and it still says arrival, delivery next Saturday, July the 4th. Excuse me, but shouldn't that be actually packaged up and on its way to me right now? Should there not be a knock at the door right now? Right now? No. We'll see, we'll see. So hopefully, you're going to get reviews of, well, certainly the Gorgon and Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, because I love getting into the Hammer stuff once in a while. But in the meantime, you've still got a little bit more Batman, Joker, Bane type stuff to come, because I'm not out of that one yet. And later on today, for definite, and you can prep for this one, we're going to revisit the Atomic Age, the fabulous creature features from the 50s, and I'm going to review one of the best movies that that decade ever put out, that genre ever put out. Not only is it one of the best creature features ever made, right up there with The Thing from Another World, but it's definitely the best of the big bug movies. What is it? You get them in your pants, but you don't want them this size getting in your pants. Them about the giant ants. Oh, absolute classic. Love it. And you know, I'm going to give it the full Kilt-Man treatment. I'm going to put the ant fumigation down, the tartan fumigation, and rid you of these giant pests. Well, I hope anyway. But if you can, today, if you're able to, many of us are still on lockdown. I've now got a full day working ahead of me. I still can't get out of it. Still can't ditch that rat race thing, you know. I'm still not a multi-millionaire. I don't know how it's eluded me for so long, but one day I'll be doing these from a yacht, which I've stowed aboard on. Cabin boy. Yeah, so try and watch them. I don't mean the new House Invasion movie, them, the giant ants. Make sure you get the right one, black and white, but its title comes up in vivid red colour with a big exclamation mark. Them! Exclamation mark. And it is just one of the best. I will give it the full going over later on. So folks, in the meantime, and indeed the in-between time, this was just a little catch up, because I always get a bit annoyed, kick myself when I've not been able to do the videos I wanted to do, and the weekend was just a little bit busier than I'd anticipated. Fucking real life. Get out of my face, will you? You know? But today, definitely you're going to get that. So try and watch it beforehand. It'd be great to we're singing from the same hymn sheet. In the meantime, just be happy. Do whatever you got to do, but do it well and enjoy it, because you may never get that chance again. So I'm going to see you all. Put some wax on the tracks and get on out of here.